Welcome to Generation DIY. I'm Emma, and today I'll be showing you how to make this ornament for your Christmas tree. The materials you'll need are toilet paper rolls, glue, ribbon, paint, scissors, glitter, and a paintbrush. First, you're gonna fold the toilet paper rolls in half, like this. Okay, so they should be looking like this. And next, you're gonna take your hot glue gun and you're gonna start gluing them together. Okay, one more. Okay, so now it should look like a flower. Once everything is stuck on, you're gonna take some paint and you're gonna paint it. So I'm gonna be choosing the colors red and white for Christmas. Okay, now it should look like this. It's really messy, but yeah. Now, while the paint's still wet, you're gonna get out some glitter. You could always find this at a dollar store or craft store. And you just pour the glitter on your ornament. Glitter. Now, you're gonna dust the glitter off. It's time to decorate. So you could decorate with gemstones or rhinestones, but I chose to decorate it with a ribbon. So you're gonna glue the edges of your ornament and you're gonna place the ribbon carefully on top. Okay, once you finish adding all the ribbon and reach the end, you're gonna take a pair of scissors and cut it. So now it's gonna kind of look like this. Now you need to hang something to hang it on your Christmas tree. So once again, you're gonna take ribbon or yarn. You're gonna cut a tiny piece out and you're gonna glue it in between these holes and you're gonna add on to your ornament. So now you have an ornament for your Christmas tree and you won't be wasting any more toilet paper rolls. Merry Christmas!
Welcome to Generation Kids. My name is Marie, and I bet that you already put up your Christmas tree and you're listening to that festive music. Well, I have one more DIY or decor for you to try out if you have the time with your families. For me, I'm doing a candy cane theme, and it's really easy. All you need is some paint, some paintbrushes, tape, it's optional, a canvas or a frame with glass, some paper for you to draw your stencil on, and a permanent marker. I already drew my stencil and it's a candy cane. Take out the glass from the frame and place it on top of your stencil, like this. With your permanent marker, outline it. After outlining, you'll have something like this, or whatever your design is. Then, start painting. With your design, you have to do the smaller details first. I'm going to be starting with the bow first, so it will be easier to be seen. When you're painting, it's easier for you to dab instead of stroke, because it'll be easier to see the colors. Now we can't paint anything else right now because we have to let it dry. Let's give it about 7 to 10 minutes to dry, and you'll know that it's dry when the colors darken a bit. Okay, so now that it's a bit dry, one more step, let's make sure. Yeah, it's a bit dry. Okay, now let's start off with our next area. We're going to be doing the red part of the candy cane, then next the white. After you've painted the red parts of the candy cane, why don't you grab a hot chocolate while waiting, and let's give it another 7 to 10 minutes. Alright, now it's time to go back with our white candy cane area. Okay, so now that we're done all painting the whole candy cane, when it's dry, the colors will be very, very vibrant and a Christmassy color. Now with our final product, we can put it in our frame and hang it around in your Christmassy living room or near your tree.
Hey Big Generation kids, and welcome to Generation DIY. My name is Tia and I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute gnome. Let's go! So the materials that you will need for this DIY are a foam cone, and don't worry, you can choose whatever size you'd like. A plain sock and any pattern sock. And I recommend using adult socks because this is a kid sock right here, and this is an adult sock. And as you can see, the adult socks are way bigger. You'll also need some scissors, wooden beads, a glue gun, which mine is already leaking, and some extra glue sticks on hand. And last but not least, furry fabric that you can find at your local craft store or at your local fabric store. So we are going to start by taking a plain sock. Basically what the sock is going to do is it's going to be our base for our gnome. We are going to cut it just about under the heel. Before we put the sock onto the base of our foam cone, here's a tip. Stretch the sock. Just don't stretch it too much that it breaks. The point of stretching the sock is so that when it goes on top of the foam cone base, it won't be as tough to slide it on. For our next step, let's grab our hot glue gun and glue around the rims so it stays on tight. So now that I am at the back and I've glued all my rims around, I have the excess. So what we're going to do about this is we are going to pinch it, place some hot glue right under, and now just hold it until it's dry. And voila, now we have our base. For our next step, we're going to need our furry fabric. I already have mine pre-cut, but what you're gonna do with the furry fabric is cut it into a triangle like this. Once you have cut it, start aligning where you want the furry fabric to go. Make sure it's even. Once you have your placement, we're gonna start at the back with our hot glue gun again. Now we're gonna put a little bit of hot glue to keep it down. Now we're just gonna make our way around by gluing little spots all around to keep it secure. Now once you get to the end about here, we're going to overlap it. Ta-da! Now we got our gnome's little beard. Our next step for our gnome is the hat. So for my pattern sock for the hat, I'm going to use this one. I know I said kid socks were fairly small, but this one looks cute with it, so why not? Let's go. You see this heel right here? We have a little line in between there, so we're just gonna cut right in between there. Now we are going to cut just a little edge right about at the top near the toe. And voila. So at this part here, what you're gonna do is you're going to stitch or sew. You can stitch with a needle, you can hand sew, or you can use a sewing machine even, and sew this side. But first, before you sew that side, wait. You're going to flip it inside out and then sew it. Then when you flip it inside out again, it'll be good. I already have done that and I have a pre-made one right here. So let's just snug his little hat on. Voila! Now for our last step, the wooden beads. Now I have various sizes here for various cones, but because this cone's fairly big, I am going to use a big wooden bead. we're just gonna put a little dot of hot glue on the back side of the bead, and voila! You've got yourself your own DIY gnome for Christmas. And you can also name your gnome if you want. Like this one, he's Fredrickson. And this one, I'm gonna name him Mr. Fluffles. Well, I hope you enjoyed this DIY and you try it yourself at home. Merry Christmas! Bye!